Hi there. Welcome back to STEM in 10. I'm Bob. This is BASE, the South Florida Broward Area STEM Ecosystem. And we are here for our opening. This is episode 1, season 2. Hopefully you joined us last school year. We will be here every Friday for you now for the rest of the school year to give you your updated information about what's going on in the local community, what's going on in schools, and give you some fun tidbits on how to use the technology better for yourself. Today, we have our regular cast of characters. Dr. Lisa, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. We are done with week 1 of school. Amazing how quick that went.
Yeah.
Long first
You've been there for 2 weeks already doing all the
I've been here for all year, but wow. We had a lot of teachers. We had over 500 teachers come to STEM professional development this summer.
Excellent.
So there's a lot
of great
teachers, that are, and we have actually a workshop tomorrow on XR, so that should be interesting. And 30 teachers signed up for that.
That's an excellent little segue for us there, Miss Denise. How are you doing? Doing XR stuff in the schools, huh?
Yeah, doing XR stuff, having my kids started school. I'm also grateful that week 1 is down. You know, it's always a bit traumatic for the parents as well, going back to school as it is for the kids. So, now trying to get back to normally scheduled programming, just like this one.
That's an excellent thing. And our guest this week, as we always bring in somebody around, is Miss Maya. How are you doing today?
Hi, Bob. I'm doing well. I'm really excited to be here today with everybody and joining STEM 10 in STEM.
So what we're going to do is let me throw. I should have actually had the website up for people while we were doing this. We've got our links in the show notes for you for all of these places, but I want to jump in real quick because Maya's got some amazing stuff. So Maya, you are from the Florida Department of Environmental Protection, but you do something really, really cool.
Yes, thank you, Bob. It's great to be here with everyone today. My name is Maya Bulalad, and I am the Awareness and Appreciation Coordinator for the Coral Reef Conservation Program, which is a part of the Florida Department of Environmental Protection's Office of Resilience and Coastal Protection. I am the primary contact for all community engagement and educational opportunities at the Coral Reef Conservation Program, and I'm thrilled to be here at the STEM in 10 podcast today to share more details about our educational traveling trunk program.
Now tell us what's going on with that.
Yeah, so one of the Coral Reef Conservation Program, or CRCP's, main educational offerings is our Coral Reef Educational Traveling Trunks. And these traveling trunks are provided to local educators in Martin, Palm Beach, Broward, and Miami-Dade counties to bring the magic of coral reefs into the classroom. CRCP worked alongside local educators in the fall of 2021 to develop a curriculum with lesson plans that cater to students in grade levels K-2, 3-5, 6-8, and 9-12. Each trunk contains 3 lessons for teachers to work through with their students and highlights the associated Sunshine State standards.
Now, can anybody can get those trunks? You have to be with the schools. Just any random parent can't just check those trunks out from you, right?
You do need to be an educator, but I am more than happy to jump on a call if you're a non-traditional educator or homeschool style teacher, or if you are an educator outside that 4-county range I described. I'd be happy to chat online, and if you look, we have our full curriculum posted online, so you can pull lesson plans and we can jump on a call and game out how it could work in your classroom in particular.
And for my particular area of interest, that means libraries. Anybody out there listening, libraries count. Go do this. If you're up in Martin County and you've got your Imagination Center, hey, you could book one of these trunks for your own programs.
Yeah, so let me describe a little bit more about the curriculum. And that will hopefully help educators who are listening get an idea of which trunk to request, because we understand not everybody is some students are ahead of their grade level. Sometimes they need a little bit more time. So I'm here to work with the educators, and you tell me what you need and we'll work on getting that to you. But for our youngest students, the lessons in our trunks for grades K to 2 focus on the interconnected nature of an ecosystem, species interactions, what organisms live on the reef, and much more. The trunks contain general supplies, including modeling clay, clay tools, popsicle sticks, along with some age-appropriate coral stories.
And do we get a piece of coral?
They do each come with 3 different coral models to show off the different types of morphologies or body types that we see on Florida's coral reef. So you'll typically get a branching, a brain, and then a 3rd model.
That is awesome. And I'm guessing you don't have the 3D model, the STL files built in to the kits?
I am happy to share any 3D printed coral code. Most of the code is either open source and provided by NOAA or the Smithsonian.
That's where I was going with, because you could come to the Broward County Library Recreation Station and 3D print your own coral.
Yes, and that kind of leads me into our trunk material for grades 3 to 5. Those lessons delve a little bit deeper into species dynamics and help students learn a little bit more about the food web and introduce concepts of resilience and global reef challenges. And so in the 3 to 5 trunk, you get a couple of 3D printed thermosensitive coral polyps that if you bathe them in warm water, they will bleach and become white. And they're a fantastic teaching tool.
Do they recover?
They do recover, just like
so that's the technology side of me. I'm like, that's really cool. But wait a minute, how often can we bleach these and come back? Because real coral does not come back from bleaching.
Actually, so this is a common misconception and a good summer reminder. So coral bleaching does not always mean coral mortality or death. Coral bleaching is more similar to a coral starving because it loses its symbiotic algae and it's not able to acquire the majority of its nutrition. And as long as it stays bleached, it will remain starving and is more susceptible to other threats. So it's really important that we maintain good water quality, don't mess with our corals during the summer when they're going through periods of thermal stress.
And thank you so much. That was an awesome little segue there for Miss Denise, because about false information and doing my research and not knowing this. There's a bunch of people out there who try to do their research on other things. Tell us about this. What's your advice this week? So
in Denise Mendez, your friendly neighborhood engineer and also fellow parent in Broward County Public Schools. I deal a lot with AI. I work for a company called Microsoft, and my whole day revolves around using AI. And AI is a tool. It is not a shortcut. And misinformation is there. AI is so happy to answer your question and tell you, you did such a great job, Denise. That's such a great question. And it'll happily and totally be wrong in the process, right? And as our kids, they're going to be using AI in schools. They're going to be using AI for their homework. They're going to think that the AI is right, and they're going to be wrong. And so we as parents, some things for us to consider is to start to ask our kids, how are you using AI? What are you using it for? What question did you ask it? What reply did it give you? And what do you think about that reply, right? Because every single time I interact with it, that's what I have to ask myself. And I have to critically think about and kind of almost, instinctively, I call this the trust but verify. And you might hear this, or other engineers will tell you, I trust that you might be right, but I need to verify it. And so it's just like when you're, back in ancient times when you actually wrote by hand and had to go to the library and look at the Dewey Decimal System, and you had to write your references so that the teachers knew that the thing that you were citing as your facts for your essay were actually real.
It was a reputable source. Yes.
And it was a reputable source.
That being integral to learning how to research and learning how to assess whether or not the information you're getting is from a trustworthy source or a firsthand account, that's got to be a really important lesson for both educators and students as they're using this new tool.
And even with our conversation, it's like Bob's like, oh, coral bleaching. And you're like, wait. There's more, right?
There's more.
Trusted source, right? For all of this information. So it comes full circle, and AI is no different.
Sure.
This has been such a these 10 minutes just fly right on by, but look at how much great information you got there. All of the links are in the show notes for you, and you follow along. Go click on those links. Go hit like and subscribe also for us, by the way, and hit up Maya for any of those information about the trunks that you need and things like that. And we're going to see everybody next week. Have a great weekend.